His Excellency Mr. Rafael Albuquerque, Vice President of Dominican Republic. Your Excellency, you have the floor.
Señora Presidenta,
Madam President,
señores delegados y delegadas,
distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the government and people of the Dominican Republic, we would like to thank the people and government of Denmark for the hospitality which they have extended to us. We'd also congratulate the UN FCC Secretariat for their efforts to make possible an agreement which will enable us to find a practical response to the grave problems which are resulting from climate change. All of us here know that planet-wide we are facing a common enemy, an increase in greenhouse gas emissions, the rising of temperatures, the danger of changing climates, rising tides, threats to health, and natural disasters arising from atmospheric phenomena which are increasingly frequent and destructive. The activities of mankind are a serious threat to the planet. There can be no time for further delay or declarations of intent. Copenhagen was the time for firm action and for the adoption of measures which can ensure a proper response to the problems and the great challenges stemming from climate change. That is why we had hoped that this summit would, in a sense of intergenerational and historic responsibility, adopt solutions which would enable us, as of 2012, to act within the framework of a new and efficient global climate regime. We believed that Copenhagen made the arrival of a time to redress and make up for the harm which had been done to the planet. We also knew that mankind had lived through two unprecedented crises of global scale, a financial crisis and the climate crisis. The business-like way in which the collapse of the international financial system was confronted was a clear example of the fact that there is the political, that with the political will, one can face problems, even with at least relative success. And similar will should now be displayed to resolve the climate crisis. Mankind had pinned its hopes on Copenhagen. And if we fail to arrive at a compromise among us all, we are well aware that the repercussions for our failure to act will be devastating for the globe. It will worsen poverty, hunger, disease, and extreme climate events. In the Dominican Republic, an island state, and just as by way of example, we would briefly be losing 13% of our territory in the coastal regions due to sea level rise. This would jeopardize our ecosystems and biodiversity. It would affect our main economic activity, tourism. It would expose our population to hydric stress, increase food insecurity, and would mean that our country would be prevented from meeting the Millennium Development Goals. From this rostrum, I would therefore like to reiterate and appeal to all participants at the summit to place the interests of the community before those of the individual, to review how our approach to development and our relationships to nature. Above all, ladies and gentlemen, we need to adopt a firm decision to take joint actions to cut the harm to our environment. Since if we fail to do so, future generations will ask us just what we did here in Copenhagen. We therefore need firm, comprehensive political will and a holistic view of the problem of climate change. We understand that more efficient machinery is now required than those employed to date to mitigate the greenhouse gases. To that end, such new machinery should come under the provisions of the Convention and be geared to encouraging and consolidating the protection of the environment. It's necessary to have a commitment here in Copenhagen on the part of the most polluting countries, a commitment to reduce the devastating harm which environmental pollution and climate change has already brought about in developing countries. In that respect, we support the initiative for the creation of a global fund which can act in a transparent and innovative manner to support programs for mitigation and adaptation to the damage caused by climate change. Let us not leave Copenhagen dashing the hopes placed in us. As was said in a recent speech by the President of the Dominican Republic, Dr. Leonel Fernandez, quotes, "The only hope of reversing the present climate crisis lies in brave, wise, and timely decisions which we can adopt here in this prestigious global conference. The peoples of the world are waiting for those decisions. They are aware that their right to a decent, fitting, and happy life will depend on the decisions which we adopt here. Unfortunately, everything suggests that we're going to leave Copenhagen letting mankind down. And yet we really must try to save the planet. Thank you.